This is a reaction to the first few episodes of the series 1899, and I thought I'd do a sort of a little reaction midway through, because it feels like a lot's happening and nice to talk about it so far, what's happened so far. The style of this show is not my type of show, so it's like a mystery. I don't know if they put it as a mystery thriller. I've got some of the recaps up, but yeah, it's quite a cold and mysterious sort of show, and I'm one who likes, I guess, predictable shows. I know what I'm getting into, and stuff where you can really connect with the characters quickly. And in this one, there's a huge sort of ensemble of characters, and so it's really out of my comfort zone. But I've decided to kind of watch it until the end. A few moments in episode 1 and 2, I've seen the first 3 so far, where I thought, oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch the rest of this. But then I think it posed certain questions and more mysteries sort of came about. I thought, oh, I really want to find out what happens in that. So I'm kind of not fully enjoying it, but also intrigued. So yeah, it's one of those. I'm actually, just before hitting record, I wrote down a series of questions that I thought might make doing this a bit fun for me, or just some prompt questions such as, who's my favourite characters and least favourite scenes, and I won't go through all of those now, but but initially I do like Mora, that's how you pronounce her name, and I think she's kind of the lead sort of, even though it's an ensemble, I feel like it's kind of centered a bit more around her, and she's kind of an easily likable character. You kind of sense that she's a good person. She's running away from something we're not aware of, and also there's the captain as well. He's kind of a closest sort of friend, also I thought friend to Mora, where I think it's at the end, I think it's in episode 3, where he finds the passenger list in the Prometheus, and he hides that, and I think he sees her name on there, or someone she knows. It's one of those shows where I'm finding it hard to fully concentrate, so I'm actually going to just read, not on this video after I've stopped recording, but I'm going to read like the recaps of the first 3 episodes. I feel like there's some stuff I'm missing, but I just wanted to give initial reaction. So lots of intrigue and mystery on this show. Of course, at the end of episode 1, they discovered the boy. They discovered the obvious premise of the show, of the Prometheus ship. And then once they sort of explore that, they discover the boy, who's still a huge mystery. And I'm not sure what to think about him so far, because he seems like he's not got bad intentions, but then again, the mystery sort of character who comes out of nowhere and comes aboard the main ship, I can't remember what it's called now, Kerberos, I think I can read from here, Kerberos. So he's connected to the boy, so I'm guessing he came from the Prometheus as well. I think his name's Daniel, and so even though he has supposedly killed Ada from the decks below, characters from below, that's another character I really like, Ada, and is it Cresta? Pronouncing that wrong. let's just go with that for the moment. Cresta, that I really like their dynamic, and now that she's dead, which I don't know if she fully is really. I don't know if it feels like there's a bigger story at work, because it initially seems like Daniel killed her, and he said something like to her, like, he had to do it. I'm sorry, but I have to do this, or there's something like that. But it feels like something more at work there, where I don't know if that's not just like an evil act that Daniel was doing, that they've got some sort of purpose, and they're using their beetles to kind of, somehow it like opens doors and it does other things. It kind of guides them as well, and it set a trap for Ada actually, because it kind of used a beetle to kind of lure her out onto the deck of the ship. So lots of questions, and that black pyramid as well, the handheld black pyramid. The boy is kind of signalling, saying this is the answer. So there's something they're trying to resolve and find as well. And I think it's episode 3 where Daniel comes into Moira's room, and you see the boy in him, and then I think he asked the boy, like, did you find it or something, because he went down the secret stowaway kind of passage place underneath the bed that he knew was already there. And so they're trying to find something, on a mission to find something. So they're doing that, and then the captain is hid the passenger manifest from Moira. Maybe there's something he did wrong, or something he's trying to hide. And there's obviously mystery behind Moira's, I think with all the characters, there's a reason why they're on that ship. There's the Spanish characters. Well, actually, one's Portuguese, I think, one's Spanish. So they're really taking on a different identity to be there. I'm not sure if they're like fleeing the law or something, or then there's I don't know if they're Japanese characters or they're pretending to be, because she had that kimono and she was like kind of dressing. I know he replaced the original passengers who were actually connected to the English lady who I think runs a brothel, and so she kind of figured out that those weren't her girls, and so there's a whole bunch of intrigue with each of the characters, and there's intrigue of like the whole Prometheus ship, and then the end of episode 3 disappears, and I feel like that's a huge like plot twist, or a huge thing. I thought would be a good time to talk about that so far, and so whether it's from a different sort of, it's from a parallel sort of universe, I don't know. It's, of course, there's some power at play where it can appear then disappear, and it didn't. And just when they Moira and the captain, their final exploration on the ship before it disappeared, they went down to where kind of the engine room, I think, where they kind of load the coal in for the steamship, and that's when he kind of saw, I think the whole book wasn't burnt, but he took the full first page, so it's a sense that whatever happened on that ship, people on there were trying to hide evidence of something. Then there's the conspiracy, or not conspiracy, but the mystery of the telegram that the captain got, and the communications about sinking the ship, and so it's questions about the company of the ship as well. So yeah, so there's 25 reasons there why I'm still watching this show, even though it's not my type of show, and I'm struggling to watch it because of that. But it's one of the things where I think it's a really great show. It's just not my type of show versus a badly made show. So that's the reasons why I'm not connecting with it. And I don't think I probably will like it at the end anyway, in terms of, but maybe there'll be some satisfaction, enjoyment, and just seeing what answers come up with all of those questions. So yeah, episode 4, is they're gonna obviously notice the ship's no longer there, and maybe they'll think someone sank the ship on the boat. Then there's of course the mutiny on the ship where they're going against the captain's wishes, and that's going to be sort of unnecessary now because there is no ship to tow back to Europe. So I wonder how that will resolve itself. So I can't imagine everyone will just go back into line. Now that especially I don't know if they're economy or different levels of passengers, different types of tickets like first class and economy, but they've come up to the main deck of the ship and helped take over. And I don't know if he's a part of security, probably not, but he's like quite a big stocky guy. Like I really liked that he told the family about Ada, because I felt like that was a good thing to do, because they were of course extremely worried and already in a difficult place of doing this scary sort of migration to America in those times. In those days it's like a great voyage of a week. So I kind of like that. There's elements of his character that's a bit scary as well, and what he's capable of. So yeah, just a quick reaction there. I'm just thinking if there's any questions out there I can answer. So Mora, the character I really like. I think that her name's Ling Yi. Quite intrigued about her story because I think she accidentally killed the English lady's kind of girl, one of her girls, instead of trying to put her to sleep, which is what her intention was. There's also the bits at the start of the show where they're kind of dreaming, and then there's a voice that says "wake up," and it's like I don't fully understand that. I'm not sure if that's is a word beginning with P. That's if those are premonitions, I think of, because especially with Ling Yi's one where she dreamed about being in that box, and then I don't think she actually happened because it felt like someone had pushed her off, but she was in a state of, I don't know, she was not dreaming, but she was like in a different place. So she's kind of almost in two universes again of that happening, and then suddenly it was the French guy, I think. Was it the French guy? No, it was Oleg. It was Oleg, wasn't it? The crew member who lifted the little sort of chest that she was hiding in. But yeah, I think maybe reading the recaps may help fill in a lot of gaps that I've surely missed. But yeah, it's a great show of intrigue. The show writers or creators some of them are from the other show called Dark, which I didn't end up seeing fully. I think I saw the first episode or two, and then it just wasn't my type of show. I think it wasn't kind of a little bit of, I don't know if it wasn't horror, but there was kind of aspects of that in there, I think. And this is probably slightly toned down from that, so which is why I can still probably watch it for the time being. But yeah, maybe it feels like it's a really popular show, and I'm one of the few that are watching that's perhaps not fully invested or fully able to enjoy it. But maybe I can still enjoy the quality of it, how it's made, and have fun talking about future episodes. I probably end up watching the next 5 episodes and then doing like the post reaction. Might be better that way than doing another video a few episodes in, but you never know if there's lots to kind of talk about, and it's fun to do that, then I may do that, but we'll see. I wonder if what were your, if you can remember after 3 episodes, I wonder if you had any insights, inklings that were that came true, that you kind of guessed right in terms of all these mysteries. I on these for the characters and the storyline. But yeah, I feel like it's really hard to figure out. But there's a general theme, I think, especially with Daniel's storyline and the Beatles and people turning up dead, that maybe there's more to it than just they're killing off passengers. And yeah, there's still the wonder of what happens to the passengers on the Prometheus. I don't think they're dead, so because I think Maura and a few other characters have received letters from them, so that's another. It's that reason 42 now. So yeah, we'll start watching episode 5, and I have potentially thought about. I don't know. I might just add this in there now about actually recording a full reaction on here. So. And just uploading that on YouTube. I'm not sure if that would be something I enjoy doing, and if that could be potentially. It just means that you'd have to kind of sync. I think what happens as far as I know, I'm quite new to reaction stuff, but you need your own copy and syncing it up, and I may try and consider that to see if that works, if possible. But yeah, maybe I can try it as an experiment to see how it goes, really. I don't have it won't be like a flashy reaction, like a timer or anything in the corner. It would just be, and this is probably the most I can manage with my health, just like hitting the record button, and then in order to sync up to what I'm watching, perhaps I can pause it on a certain screen that shows some words or something, so we can sync up and stuff. So there's a few little things. I'm not sure how, if I was to do it, if that would be enough and doable. But yeah, maybe I'll do that. And I know right now the way most reaction stuff happens is that people have a Patreon, and they've released kind of a YouTube sort of shortened version of that, so people can still enjoy it, which I sometimes do. And those who want to watch a full reaction and have like 2 devices set up and watch it with the reactor, they can do that. But I may just again, that feels like too much work and effort for me and energy to do. It would be nice perhaps to do that, but maybe I'll just upload it on YouTube and see how things go. But anyway, it's just an idea out there I'm thinking about. So I'm just considering ways of making this sort of enjoyable and fulfilling for me. Just kind of a nice activity for me to do. But yeah, so we're going to start episode 5 and episode 4 actually, episode 4. Yeah, and I'll see you on the other side.